What is going on, everybody? It's Steeler here, back again with RDX Podcast. Of course, the usual suspects. We're on time. Nothing happened. I didn't get, AIDS. I didn't die. And Google's working just fine. And I'd like to start by kind of giving everybody the rundown by introducing people all day. Let us know what's up, bro, before we get into these topics. Let people stream in. Tell us what you've been up to, bro.
What's up, man? Thank you, everybody, for coming to the RDX Podcast on Tuesday.
The podcast.
Yeah, man. I've just been playing. Just finished up Batman Arkham Knight. Just enjoying playing games right now, man.
Ah, man, you finally beat that. What a fraud.
Yeah, I know. What a fraud, right?
Good game, man.
Yeah, it's a good game. Awesome game. Love it. Just got to do all the side missions. I don't know if I'm going to get to, what is it called? What's it called? Nightfall Protocol, whatever?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to find all the Riddler trophies to do that. So I guess most people probably have never seen what that even looks like.
Right. Yeah. I'm excited for that too, man.
All right. Colt, what you been up to, motherfucker?
Just gaming and making videos, talking on Twitter, talking to a bunch of really cool people. You guys have been really good on Twitter. So getting a lot of really good ideas from everybody. So it's been helpful.
So you heard it here first. He's stealing your ideas. Don't tell him anything. Luca, what you been up to?
Hey man, what's up? Looking forward to the show tonight. Just been playing some Bloodborne, playing some Wolfenstein, the Old Blood. It's been a good week, man. It's been a good week. Looking forward to tonight.
That's good. That's good. Hit a bump. Jay, let us know what's going on, bro.
Hey, what's up, man? Happy to be here. It's another RDX. I'm excited for it. We've got some great topics tonight. Let's get into it, man.
Oh, yeah. And everyone listening, thanks for popping in. Hit that like button and maybe share this bitch on Twitter. Let's get it popping. Guys, we got some pretty good topics. Big news regarding PlayStation 5, according to more analyst geniuses. New features for Xbox One. We got a lot of stuff. But really, I'd like to start with this whole Xbox One X getting a game gifting feature here soon. We'll start with this because it's my last video. I already covered it. While people flow in, we'll kind of cover this. Game gifting is coming to Xbox One, and I'd like to know what you guys think in the chat as well as a panel. This is cool because, hey, if you got a friend that he spent all his money on crack, he don't have that $5 or $10 to buy Warhammer to play some good old multiplayer gameplay. You can say, hey, here you go, and pick it up for him and share the purchase with him. What do you guys think about this? Pretty cool.
Yeah, Dealer, it's just another instance of Xbox giving us options. I think it's awesome that you'll be able to buy your friends gifts, and they're probably going to make it so easy, too. I'm really looking forward to this feature because there are a couple people that, who've helped me out, and I want to be able to return the favor. So I can't wait, dude.
That's awesome. I don't know how many times I've had people try to give me games, and it's kind of complicated. So, I mean, not that it's awesome because it makes it easier for people like me, but I'm just saying that you can imagine how much easier it's going to be to kind of share your experience with other people all day. You going to use this?
Oh, yeah. I plan on using it. I think it'd be good for the holidays. I think that you won't see a lot of gifting from me until games get on sale. That's the only time you'll see gifts from me. But then it's a good feature, man. It's consumer friendly. It's a good thing.
Hey, I wonder if they'll let you re-gift gifts, kind of like Steam. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Fonzarelli?
Yeah, man. I think this is a long time coming for consoles. I know they've had this on PC for quite some time. And I think it's a great idea because rather than just buying like a PSN card or an Xbox card and sending it to your friend or sending the code, this just cuts all that out. And now you just get to send them the game, It's a great thing. I'm happy for it. I'm excited for it. I've gifted people, cards just to try to get the games before, and I've had the same done for me. And this is just so much easier. This is a nice thing to do.
It's really cool. And I was told that you can actually do this on the eShop on the Nintendo platform. I don't know if that's just classic games or what, but I think it's great. They're bringing it to this scale with AAA games, the latest and greatest titles like Steam. It's great. It's great. Colt, you going to use this if you ever actually play on a console, bro?
Yeah, while you guys are talking, I'm thinking that the 360 titles are like perfect for this, because they're, $9-10, and yeah, those are like the perfect games to gift back and forth to buddies and play those games. All those games people are still playing them online. So
it's also a good way to convince some of your friends to play some of those older titles that they haven't before. A lot of people, they might be like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to play it. I'd be like, okay, listen, I'll get you this game. It's like $10. Try it out.
Because honestly, you can this is like a fraud detector. you can kind of realize how much your friends don't play games. Like, you haven't played this yet? No. Oh,
fraud. I've actually had to buy a buddy of mine a copy of Batman Arkham Asylum on the 360 and get his information and send it to him through Amazon for him to get him to try that fucking game. And he loved it. And I'm like, man, just fucking try it. You know, people write it off because it's Batman.
Just crack cocaine. Just try it.
Yeah, just try it.
That game's like $8 in the Walmart bin too. You know, the 360 version.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. I think it's a great feature.
Yeah. Well, All Day just pointed out something great about that fraud detector. You're so right, All Day, because me and another friend, we chipped in, bought another guy game, a mutual friend, to play with him, and he never opened that game. Pissed us both off. So, kind of a protector for sure.
What a dick clicker. Hey, we got to give a shout out to Black Tiger, man. What's going on, bro?
What's up, Tiger?
I wanted to jump into Halo 5. We didn't cover this last week. We got tons of people asking us why we didn't. It kind of slipped our minds. We've got a lot of good topics coming up, but real quick, while the room's still filling up, Halo 5 getting true 4K support on the Xbox One X. I'm assuming, and I've been asked this a million times, do you think you hit 4K 60? I do. But the question is, are they redoing all the textures and all that stuff to kind of make that frame buffer look as good as possible? I don't know. I think if they had it nailed down for exactly what they were going to do, they would have announced this at E3. But you never know. We know it's going to be apparently true 4K. So Halo 5, 4K 60, 4K assets or not, I'm not sure. What do you guys think? You guys play Halo?
I think it's cool because the base game, the original game, was a dynamic 1080p, wasn't it? It's scaled down to keep the 60 frames, and if they're able to keep that, are they supposed to be locking it at 2160?
Probably. Okay. I don't know.
That's pretty impressive, and but people are still banging on that Warzone firefight, man. That's fun stuff.
Joseph says Halo 5 is also getting shoddy snipers back. I don't know what that is, man, but it sounds fucking badass.
Really popular. It's really popular game mode in the game.
Oh, it's a game mode. Okay. Yeah. Halo 5, honestly, I spent probably the least time with that because when it came out, I was living on campus and stuff. I just didn't have the time to play the multiplayer. So I'm not very far in the multiplayer on that, but I thought what I played was fucking phenomenal. So looking forward to that. All Xbox One X enhancements are welcome and awesome. Luca, did you play Halo 5? What'd you think? Do you want to stab Locke in the face with a fork?
No, I actually have not played Halo 5 before, so I'm actually looking forward to this. Picking up and playing it on my X. I mean, I have the game, but playing it on the X, maybe you guys can run through the campaign with me or something.
Yeah, that and Gears 4, right? You fraud?
Yeah. Listen, you motherfucker.
Smell it? I smell it.
I keep saying I just got my Xbox. Come on.
I know. Once again, it's great.
I think this thing with not knowing if it's going to have 4K textures or not or is a huge deal. Because if they hit the 4K target in 60 frames, that's awesome. But we want to see that fidelity bump as well. I'm hoping they do something there. And I think that's the question on everybody's mind right now. And I know you posed that question earlier. It's just we don't know yet, and we're just going to have to find out when it releases.
Well,
right?
Luke 12-12001 says 4K assets were used in the Scorpio trailer, the Xbox One X trailer. So, the Forge engine is already running on PC. And I would imagine they've already included higher fidelity textures and all that stuff. So I'm not saying there won't be, but I'm just saying, you never know. I feel like they would have locked it down at E3 sooner.
Dealer, you're the tech guy. So I want to ask you, because I've had this question posed to me several times, and I don't know how to answer it. Somebody asked me before, what's the difference between 4K assets and 4K textures and ultra setting?
Ultra settings.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Ultra settings is just it's a preset on PC. You hit a button, it ramps everything up to the best settings across the board, including anti-aliasing, which is why a lot of people get like horrible results when they're benchmarking because it got 16 times anti-aliasing on with 4K, which is absolutely not necessary. So ultra settings, the difference between those settings and textures is one part of those settings. So aside from texture quality, there's geometry, there's lighting, there's special effects like tessellation, HBAO, the horizon-based ambient occlusion. There's just a lot of different tiers of settings on PC. And ultra settings is kind of just, we just sum it up and say, hey, the game's going to be running at some top settings. likely high ultra settings you'll see in some games. According to Turn 10, that's what Forza is running at. Gears 4 looks to have a high settings bump on Xbox One X. Oh, and not just 4K. It's also got a settings bump as well. So
yeah, if you're playing a game on PC and you want to know the difference visually while you're playing between high and ultra, I wouldn't think you'd really notice the difference, because high settings are great, ultra settings are awesome, but yeah, it's just
you're right. The difference between high and ultra, man, it's like if you didn't know what ultra looked like, you wouldn't think the game could probably look too much better than high.
I'll tell you who's going to notice this: Digital Foundry. When they pause a game and zoom in 200%, you'll see like the aliasing stuff like that. They'll talk about it all the time, but I've had people lately tell me that all these Xbox games that are confirmed native 4K, their rapport is, well, it's going to be low settings, which is absolutely not true. Digital Foundry has said just about everything that they've been able to pick apart on the Xbox One X has been somewhere around the high settings. I've even heard him say the word medium. Have you guys?
Nope. And Gears of War 4 was actually running at a medium-high hybrid on Xbox One. So,
of course, guys,
a boost to that on Xbox One X.
And of course, guys, be on the lookout for them saying this epic settings, which is going to be what consoles are going to start using instead of ultra. PC guys will say the ultra thing, but we've been hearing this epic thing, right?
Well, that's from like Ark Survival Evolved. If you played that on PC, that's their ultra settings. Epic is just their best. That's why they call it.
Let's just say, I mean, if you guys, anybody out there that's played Ark on the vanilla Xbox, it's pretty unplayable. So.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's going to be night and day from 720.
Mr. Roboto, that's what you feel like.
Night and day from 720, 23 FPS medium settings to 1080, 60 ultra. So.
Yeah. Oh, dealer. So in layman's terms, you're saying that ultra settings basically have a lot involved in there. The ambient occlusion, the all those little bells and whistles that go along with making games prettier. And the 4K textures are just a resolution bump to those textures.
The 4K textures are to prevent like some games. If you played at 4K and it doesn't have 4K assets, right? The textures will look washed out.
Yeah.
They won't look defined, especially up close. That's why it's important when you get a 4K frame buffer, you want 4K assets to make that frame buffer look super crisp. You want that whole world to be coated in high resolution textures. Keep in mind, these textures are not 4K. They are just higher than 1080p textures. So that's what they refer to as 4K textures. So
when they say
ultra settings and textures is one part of that. The game's going to look fucking amazing. I know we spent a lot of time on this already, but I wanted to get into this list.
Yeah, a lot of people ask about that, so that's why I wanted to put that out there.
And that's one thing. You know what? On Xbox One X and even on the Pro already, you've got options to actually look and change your own settings at will on some games. So you're going to learn this too. They'll say a graphics mode and then a frame rate mode, and you'll be able to tell what you got from that extra 30 frames or whatever. But Cole, I wanted to go into this list of Xbox One enhanced titles so we can update people on all the games that are supported so far. And there are more announced every day. Are you ready with that list?
Yeah, they're like 60, but I would actually like to just say the ones.
I mean, you could skip through them. We could kind of comment as we go. We got plenty of time to comment on this stuff.
All right,
you
guys
just some of these topics already.
Stop! When I just yell stop the first one, Anthem, Assassin's Creed Origin, checkerboard 4K. What?
You don't even got to read the enhancement.
No, hold on. It says in Assassin's Creed Origins, checkerboard 4K and 60 FPS. I've never seen that before. This is from GameZone.
GameZone. Yeah, GameZone might not be that credible.
What the heck? Okay.
GameZone.
Yeah, I've never seen that edition there. So strike that from the.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get moving.
Yeah, everybody in the chat call Colt Eastwood a fraud for that. I got some good sources from Breitbart. Jesus Christ.
I've got a really good source from xboxsucks.org. Okay. Battlefield 1, Ashen, Crackdown 3, Dead Rising 4, Destiny 2, Dishonored 2, Doom, Elder Scrolls Online.
Now, Doom, I'm one of those that is looking forward to that game in what is going to be probably 4K 60 at really good settings. I haven't played through that, but I'm looking forward to maybe picking that up on sale, depending on how that patch turns out.
Yeah, you need to play that one.
Yeah.
Everspace, I need to buy that one too. Formula One, I wanted to go back. Did you guys hear about Elite Dangerous? Actually ran better in some spots than the PS4 Pro on the Xbox One base. That was weird.
It might. The CPU, well, no, the CPU on the base X one is slower than the Pro CPU, but it's a little faster than the PS4 base CPU. So
yeah, it was kind
I
of.
don't know. That's really weird.
Forza 1 2017. I'm sorry, Formula. Fallout 4. Final Fantasy 15.
Fallout.
Farming Simulator 18. For Honor, Forza Horizon 3, Forza 7, Gears of War 4, Halos 2.
It's Forza.
Did you just say Halo 2? Maybe we should really get off xboxsucks.org.
Yeah, right.
Halo 2? Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars 2, I said. Injustice 2, Killer Instinct, Metro Exodus, Middle Earth Shadow of War. I'm skipping to some good stuff. Resident Evil 7, Sea of Thieves, Rocket League, Skyrim Special Edition, State of Decay 2, The Surge, Titanfall 2, Wildlands, Warhammer Vermintide, We Happy Few, and Witcher 3.
Hey, Warhammer, we just got that for $10, and it's getting supported. So
yeah, the game's great.
Warhammer.
Yeah, those are some. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
That list is really good. Those are some really high quality games. Actually, I might hold off on picking up Injustice 2, especially if I can play it at 4K 60 in a few months. So.
Yeah, that game looks great as it is. Even at 900p, I gotta say, it looks fucking phenomenal. Warhammer, great game. It was just on sale for $10. A lot of fun. That's getting patched. That's how you know there's not too much effort involved here, because you got games that didn't necessarily sell that great getting support. They're just, bam, porting it just like that, and it's just gonna work. Witcher 3, a lot of good stuff, man. Absolutely crazy. Anything you guys are looking forward to in particular? I know all day we're saying Witcher 3.
Yeah, Witcher 3 hands down. I'm kind of stalling until that update comes out.
So far,
what you're looking forward to there.
It seems like every game is getting an enhancement. You know, it's like everything he's reading off. I'm like, yeah, I've got that. I can't wait.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff getting enhancements. Anything in particular you're looking forward to, Luca?
Yeah, definitely Injustice 2, The Witcher 3 for sure, dude. I might go back to Fallout 4 for that. I mean, I played that game like 4 times, but I don't know.
I'm playing Fallout 4. I mean, for those, because I've been asked, how come you didn't beat Fallout 4? Well, at 70 plus hours, my save data was corrupted somehow.
Oh, dude,
I had that too. I had that too.
So it was an issue with the game, and I went to recover it from the cloud, and apparently it got corrupted in the middle of uploading it to the cloud somehow. So
I want to say I finished that game at 259 hours.
Jeez.
Damn, nice, dude. Yeah,
Fallout 4.
I played through it 4 times. It's really good. I like that game a lot. Like, I know a lot of people. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like it, but I really enjoyed the game.
Yeah, four times through that. That's insane. You put in some time. You also beat The Witcher twice too, so that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't buy a lot of games, but if I'm playing through a game, I'll play through it several times, especially if I like it a lot. I'll get my money's worth. I'll get my $60 worth, dude.
Yeah. Big shout out to over 300 of you guys watching live. Smash that like button. Let us know what you're looking forward to in the chat, and maybe we can feed off of each other here, because I'm excited for you guys to see Witcher 3 at high settings on a console. It's going to be great. I hope they do 60 frames. That would be phenomenal. And while we're kind of on the X1X, I want to tell you guys too, Gaming Bolt had just got done playing Shadow of War at native 4K on the X1X. They're saying it looks phenomenal. And once again, if you saw my benchmark videos, I tested Shadow of Mordor on 5.9T flops. It was 4K, like up to 55 average, high 30. So, yeah, they're running high settings on this thing. I guarantee you, it's going to look great. I also wanted to talk about this whole Microsoft. They're investing $10 billion into internet expansion for rural areas. So everyone out there that's got 3 meg or 1.5 meg, hey, look forward to this stuff. I don't know. I know this is kind of a side topic here, but I think this kind of stuff's cool. I like to see this internet coming to the cornfield near you.
Speak on it. Speak on it.
Hey, I struggled for a while.
Forget the cornfields. It needs to get to all day in the city.
You gonna throw me under the bus like that?
Come on, your 250 kilobytes ain't working, brother.
It sounds like Microsoft.
I call it stutter step.
Sounds like Microsoft wants everyone to kind of have the same, experience on Xbox Live and be able to access all the features and benefits of Xbox Live, without issues.
Well, undoubtedly, they're getting some kind of subsidy to help do this, right? Mm-hmm. $10 billion's a lot, but I think it's good no matter what. I don't give a fuck where they're getting the money from.
Hey, I want to wedge in a topic really quick. I think it'll only take a couple minutes, but I think people would be interested to listen to it. I read an article about crossplay, and the only games that are really crossplay between the console and PC are like Rocket League and Minecraft and Street Fighter V. There's some little games, but this article is about the complexity of trying to get friends to connect cross-platform. How Microsoft, you can connect with your friends because of the gamer tags. That's all its own language. And on PS4, it's its own language. So what do you guys think about, that's like kind of a hang up there. And it sounds like Sony doesn't want to invest the time or the money. Do you think maybe that's the problem? Because Microsoft said they're game to go ahead and do cross-platform with PS4, but there's that whole issue where they have to kind of get all of the language working together so you can link up with people on a separate console.
Yeah, I think it comes down to time and money for Sony, personally.
Well, do they have that?
I don't think they would do that.
I think even if they had the time and money to invest in it, they wouldn't. They would focus on other things.
Yeah. Shout out to we gotta give a shout out to Xbot 448 in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Bro. What up, Xbot? Not for anything. What up, man?
Yeah, shout out to Xbot, man. Hey, Jay, be looking up some questions. I asked the community on Twitter at @dealer_gaming if you want to participate. Hey, you got any questions you want us to answer live on RDX tonight? And we've gotten several submissions. Once again, plenty of DMs. If you guys reply to this, just hit reply on the post so I can have Jay read this stuff off. You can't see my DMs, so go ahead and find that stuff in the background.
You guys until the last 10 minutes of the podcast. Dealer's giving away his truck.
Yeah.
And his dog Petey.
Well, hey, Dealer, we do have.
I couldn't get my dog away. Couldn't do it.
We do have a question. We do have a question here that a lot of people are asking, though, and it's: do you think we'll see 1080p or 1440p with 60 frames per second options with the Xbox One S? And this comes from Shanor Ali.
S or X?
He'd like to with the Xbox One X.
Oh, yes, you will for a fact see those options. How do I know? Because we've already seen those options on PS4 Pro. So just give it time. I know All Day's going to choose the 60 frames option every single time like me. What about you, Fonz?
Oh, 60 frames every time. Doesn't matter if it's 720p at 60 frames, guys. That's what I'm going to be playing at because that's the better
I don't even give a fuck if it's a placebo effect. I'm still choosing it.
Yeah, I think everyone on the panel would choose 60 frames.
It's not. I'm brand new to 4K TV, and that first week I had it before I returned it. That's a long story. Thanks, Dealer.
Fucking fraud.
I gotta say though,
he returned it for a big.
He bought the okay. Let's just get out of the way real quick. He bought the wrong fucking TV.
And I thought,
I
thought Dealer was a friend. I'm like, hey, I think I got the wrong TV, and I thought he'd go, oh man, that sucks. But he goes, you effing fraud. But anyway, what I did during that week, the replacement's going to be here tomorrow, the replacement TV. But I wanted to see what 1080p 60 would look like, and it looks freaking awesome. So yeah, that option is.
You wanted to see 1080p 60? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I wanted to see it on the 4K.
That,
see how it would do on a.
Oh, you want to see how it scaled? 1080p.
Yeah, I want to see how it scaled and looked and felt and played, and all that crap. And
did you try like 1440, 60? Or?
I did. That's great too.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's perfect damage control for upcoming checkerboard titles on the X. It's like 1440p at a higher frame rate is actually nice, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'd like to add though that these options that are on the Pro with some games, it's not on every game, guys. So
it's not. It's only on a couple. Yeah.
But this also, we're talking about Colt and his buying decision on his TV. This kind of goes along with that. I want to ask another question from Cliche as F on Twitter. He asks, what's a decent but cheap 4K TV to buy? Well, I've got the answer to that. It's actually a TCL TV right now that's getting rated very well. And it's actually full array, local dimming, awesome HDR TV for $650 at 55 inches. This is a badass TV. And
do you have the model
I'd go for it.
offhand?
It's the P607.
And that's their brand now. Normally TCL, they were kind of notorious for just 30 hertz panels at 4K, extremely high input lag. This new one it's literally game changing. So what they've got is they've got a wide color gamut panel. They've got 10-bit native HDR. They've got full 4K pixel density. They've also got 15 milliseconds input lag. That's lower than KS8000 and 6300. And the only downside to this thing, which given how cheap it is, it's not even a downside, 600 nits. So it's about 200 nits brighter than the KU6300, and it's about half of the brightness of a KS8000. So now, hey, you don't run your shit at maximum brightness all the time anyway, but in HDR scenarios, you'll notice that a little bit. But I'd say it's a damn good value.
Yeah,
yes,
we don't have a track record of how long that TV will last, but I mean, for that price, that's awesome.
It's 4K. It's 4K 60 hertz panel and everything, and it's not any gimped bullshit. I mean, I'm looking at ratings.com, 8.6 HDR gaming. HDR, it's the real deal.
And today Sony had a TV, a 55-inch HDR 4K TV for $499. Yeah, that was $300 off, and TVs in that price range don't have the Dolby Vision on them, do they? They're just a regular HDR.
I mean, you're going to see Dolby Vision less and less, I would imagine, because it's not a free standard like HDR10.
Yeah. So. No, but this TV is looking to have Dolby Vision on board as well.
Yeah, that's
so it'll
crazy.
have HDR10.
So basically,
aren't some TVs capable of having both?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And
yes,
basically,
it is.
quit letting people tell you no one's buying 4K TVs. The prices are ridiculous.
Just go mow some lawns, wash some windows. You'll get it.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, most people don't give a fuck about this 4K TV shit, but I just want to sum it up by saying this. Don't let nobody give you any shit. Buy the TV that's in your budget, but there's only a few good TVs that are in the budget range that really check the box as 4K, 60 hertz panel, and low input lag and all that. Just buy what suits you, but do your research. And don't let nobody give you no shit. It's all about your budget. So just get what suits you. As we go into the Destiny PS4 Pro bundle, Glacier White, $450.
Kind of
$50 cheaper than the Xbox One X.
But it comes with the game.
Yeah, it does. $50 cheaper than the Xbox One X. Would anybody do this over getting the X1 X and paying an extra $50, $60, $100?
I would get both.
You get both?
I'm in the camp that doesn't. I think it looks nice. A lot of people are making fun of it. I didn't think it looked ugly.
Yeah, it's nice. My PlayStation is the white one from the original Destiny, so I like it. But personally, I think this bundle's for just true Destiny fans because I wouldn't pick it up over the X.
Doesn't it come with the season pass as well?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that value alone is worth the admission.
Yeah, I guess depending on what's in the season pass, right?
Wow, dealer's excited about it.
I mean, I'm not the biggest Destiny fan.
I'm not either.
So, I mean, I'll play it this year because All Day's getting it or whatever. But nonetheless, I mean, it is what it is. If you're a Sony guy and you want to upgrade to the Pro, then this is perfect for you. That's what I would say.
It's an awesome deal because you're getting the $100 version of the game. You're getting the DLC, all that stuff for $449. It's really an awesome deal. So if I was looking at upgrading now, I definitely get that one, even though it's white. I'm not into the white consoles. That's not my thing. But, man, what a deal. It's a great deal.
Do you have spray cans from previous years in your life?
Yeah. But, somehow Smurf Blue looked right. Smurf Blue wouldn't be right all day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, all day. You fucking
If
fraud.
you guys are
Shut up, Brad.
a couple hours left on Amazon. To get the Xbox One S with an extra controller, a charging kit, Recore Forza 6, and Halo 5 for what, $240 US?
Oh yeah, the Amazon deal.
Freaking amazing. So I might.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Shout out to Matt Walls, aka the Clap. What's going on, bro? Shout out to almost 400 of you watching, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. As we go into PlayStation 5, 5K, 800 frames per second, 27 teraflops. Michael Pachter. Michael Pachter saying that PlayStation 5 could Should do 4K 240 FPS.
That was a joke, right?
Dude, he has to be being facetious. Like
he was.
The fact that they even printed that, like, is it actually going to do that? No, you fucking idiots! It's not going to do that. Why would they even ask that?
I've watched a crap ton of Pactor, and he's always just kind of joking like that, and he gets pissed off because people take some of his jokes seriously. But he's an analyst. He's making predictions, and he's predicting staying hard on this 2019 release for PS5. I think he watched.
I don't think he was joking. Because he doubled down on his 2019 prediction for the
no. I said he was joking about the 240, but I said he's staying solid on the 219 release for PS5. He's serious about that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we'll get an announcement 2019. I don't know.
I think the announcement. I think the announcement will come late 2018. I think it'll come at their show at their
I'm with
whatever they call that show that they. But I think it's coming 20.
I'm with Fonz because they're gonna spend a whole entire year of the Xbox X outperforming on every multiplat. I mean, this is just what I said. I mean, this is just my prediction. That's why I did that video. That they're gonna, for a year, the Xbox One X is gonna outperform the Pro, and to gain some ground, even though they're gonna keep selling way over X, to gain like that popularity ground, they're going to just tease the PS5 at the end of 2018. That was my prediction.
Well,
Dealer doesn't agree with me. Let's fight, Dealer. Let's go.
I don't think it's coming out to 2020, and the big reason for it is I think it's their 25th year anniversary for the PS1 for PlayStation. So I think that's a great time to put out PS5. I think that would be perfect.
Hey, Hobo Bums, you little bitch! You need to cool it, bro. You racist.
Yeah, he's kind of a
Jesus, dude.
He's eating dog food, road tacos.
So far. Just remember that when you get A's, bro.
It is tough when you don't have a girlfriend. It's just
don't make me get a moderator in this bitch. So I was all about the freedom of speech shit, but holy fuck, little bitches like this dude are really pushing it to the next level here.
Fonz, I didn't know that about the anniversary. That's a good point.
Yeah, PlayStation 5, man. If it does come out in 2018 and it's pushing, it's got to do something. The only thing I could think of that's going to differentiate it from the Xbox One X is going to be 60 frames on demand on every single game.
Yeah, every single game is going to be 60
every
frames.
single game
From here on out.
Because 4K is done often enough on the X, I would imagine, that it's even then it's not going to be a big enough jump. And it's already got the RAM. It's got 12 gigabytes of GDDR5. It's going to have 60 frames on every game. And that kind of correlates.
But that's not what Pactor said. Remember, he said.
I know. I'm just telling. I'm trying to tell Colt what's going to do it. And what's going to do it is them waiting long enough to get Raven Ridge and Bristol Ridge APUs inside the PS5. Those APUs use Ryzen cores. So that's the only way that they're going to be able to separate themselves from the X at this point. Because 4K and up, I mean, there's nothing coming after 4K for quite a while, except for if you're on the professional level, you're gonna use 5K and above monitors, right? But right now on the consumer side, 4K is just not becoming a big thing. So you're gonna want 60 frames at width in every game. That's gonna separate you. And shout out to 400 bucks. We cracked it. We did it. We're done. No, we're not done. Hit that like button, fellas. Help us out. You guys are awesome. Let me know what you guys think about this PS5 thing.
I got breaking news. This is breaking news. It just came through, guys. We have The Last of Us remaster on the PS5 at 8K.
Wait, does it come with a demo of Knack 2?
And get this, 500 frames per second. 500 frames.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Matter of fact, it's going to suck you out your fucking chair when you press start.
Hey, another point I had against Pactor's little argument, 240 FPS. The reason you won't see that, even if they had the power, right, is because your average TV, your average display, on average today is 60 hertz refresh, meaning the maximum you can see is going to be 60 frames per second. Yeah. So if a 240 hertz game, you're not going to see those extra fucking 100 and some odd frames.
Yeah, remember,
you're not going to see it.
When your TV says you have 120 hertz or 240 hertz, it's all interpolated. It's all taking the frames, and it's bad for gaming.
You'll never see that in a console game. It's a waste of power. I think 60 is great for I think most people agree that 60 is perfectly fine.
Yep.
Most
on the console side, of course.
Agree.
Most what?
Most logical people agree that 60 frames is good. Everyone else is like 30 is perfectly fine.
Everybody but Ubisoft. It's so cinematic.
There's no damage control here. We need 60.
Yeah, we need 60. It's like, that's a fact, dude. Like, I don't even understand how people can argue against that.
Hey, Jay, get us another question, bro.
Okay, so I got one here from Buddha. Buddha wants to know. So it's Buddha time out there. I know he's listening.
Yeah.
Do you feel like
no fraud questions allowed, man? Get the fuck out of here.
he wants to know, guys, do you feel like smaller studios should be given a break if they launch a game that has a lot of bugs?
No, it's still a job.
No fraud questions, Buddha.
First of all, these studios, like, if your game's fucking buggy, then delay it, okay? There's no excuse.
Yeah, Friday the 13th is the most recent example, and people say, well, it's a small indie studio, and, well, they got backers, and, you know, they're going to get much more shit from the backers if they don't provide the experience they promised. And worse than this, and keep this in mind, this is the absolute worst thing that can happen, especially to a small studio. You see that Gun Media logo pop up before you boot that game up every time. You're like, oh, fuck, that's who I need to avoid next time I'm buying a game. Because they did not provide.
Remember dealing when we were playing Friday the 13th? I mean, we thought the logo was cool at first, but then after like the 15th time, like, okay, fuck, we get who
fuck Gun Media. Yeah, we're not avoid Gun
now
Media.
I know who to call about this shitty fucking game.
Yeah, to be honest, there is no excuse. If your game's not done, Gun Media, then just delay it. People will understand when they play a quality product. That's how I feel.
Yep, agreed, dude.
Thanks for your fraud question, Buddha. No, shout out to Buddha Time, big supporter.
Don't say his name too fast. Sounds like Booty.
Booty. Go ahead and shoot us another question, bro. I know we have one about 4K assets in there.
Yeah, we kind of covered it, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, but hey, people miss them.
Okay. Well, yeah, where is it? You get a lot of questions, don't you? Okay, so this guy, Gold Lion X23, wants to know how big are 4K? How big are the 4K asset files for PC? He's getting an Xbox One. He wants to know because he's going to get a 4 terabyte external hard drive, and he just wants to know how big these 4K assets are.
Well, that's a great question, and they vary in size. So we did cover this before. We'll do it again. Xbox One X, they're going to force you to download 4K assets, of course, because they want you to download the things that make games look better, regardless of what display you're on, 4K or otherwise. Those 4K assets will look better than the ones that came on regular Xbox One S. And then when you upgrade your TV, you'll automatically have those benefits. So, for instance, Fallout 4's patch, 4K asset patch or high-res pack, 56 gigs by itself, right? Not sure if that's coming to Xbox. On the other hand, you got games like Gears of War 4. Expect that to be another 15 to 20 gigabytes on top of what Gears is now in the Xbox One. And it is variable.
Yeah, it's definitely not 4 times your regular install. You know, regular games are usually about 40 gigs, you know, a big game. You know, you're not looking at 400 gigs or, you're not looking at 4 times. There's some kind of ratio, I guess you could look at there. What was Forza 7 is 100 gigs.
Yeah. Forza 7's 100 gigabytes at launch, which is insane. I want to get into Gamescom 2017. Now, Colt, what did Phil say? Did he say he was going to be there or not?
He said he won't be there. But Microsoft
will not be there.
Xbox will be there.
Yeah, he's got shit to do, people to bitch smack. So Phil will not be there. But do we have any information? Maybe the chat can help us out as well. Any information regarding what's going on there? Did they announce anything yet?
I did hear. I read something today that Greenberg will be there, and he said that it's not going to be, quote, on the same level as E3, whatever that means.
So that's a marketing guy saying that, meaning there's not going to be shit there probably.
Right. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying we're not even showing up. We're bringing cupcakes. That's about it.
But they did say there would be a couple of announcements, though. So what those are, we don't know yet.
Well, let's speculate.
Well, he also did say that there were some unannounced games, but they're not ready to talk about them. So I don't even know what that fucking means.
My speculation, I think we'll see some multiplayer for Crackdown. I think we'll see some Halo Wars 2 DLC, just little things like that.
You know what I think we'll see? What? I think we'll see that comparison between Xbox One, PS4, and Xbox One X games that they were talking about.
Yes.
So we might actually get to see what these new games are going to look like compared to PS4 games and Pro games and Xbox One S games. We got to give a shout out to Bang Bang Kamehameha. Who's your favorite Dragon Ball? We got to give that guy a shout out. Thanks for watching, buddy.
You think you can defeat me, huh?
Long-time supporter, Letha Papa. Shout out to you, buddy. So Gamescom, yeah, not too much going on. I've been getting a lot of questions on Twitter about it. Very interesting, though. I can't wait to see these comparisons I've been talking about. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure people want to see what The Witcher 3 could have looked like had they booted it up for the first time the Xbox One X.
I gotta say, The Witcher 3, man. You know, I've been playing The Witcher 3 on the Pro, and there's no Pro patch, by the way, guys, yet.
Right now, yeah.
And I'm thinking about just stopping so I can play the rest of it on the X, you know, or play all of it on the X, I should say. I'd have to start over, but damn it. Like,
how far into it are you, dude?
Well, I've got close to like 30 hours. And,
oh, geez.
I
You
know
bang like 7 women by now.
Yeah.
Well, he was trying to kill how many women he had banged, Colt, and you budged in. I mean, continue, Fonzarelli. Here's the dates.
Yes.
Colt. Now I got to bang them again, and I don't know if I want to do that. You know, what am I saying?
It's all right. You already got all the STDs. Just go for it.
All right. So, yeah, I'm probably going to wait for the X and just start over because we should get a better running game on the X anyway.
Well, you never know. I mean, I would wait for the comparison because they'll put the Pro up against the X. And if CD Projekt Red do the parity thing, then they'll be pretty similar. But I will say 30 hours isn't very much time in The Witcher. So,
But let's say let's say it's locked at 30 for, you know, supposedly for both, but we're getting dips there with the Pro. Then, you know, it's a no-brainer.
You know what, bro? The game gets so cheap during the holiday sales that, you know, $20 for the Game of the Year complete edition, it's not a big deal even if you do decide. So, I mean, it's 30 hours. I restarted the game like twice at 10 hours. So it's really not that far in. There's so much content in that game. It's fucking phenomenal. But once again, shout out to 400 plus you guys watching. Hit that like button and show your support. Gamescom, like we said, not too much going on there. You'll probably see that comparison. You'll probably get some nuggets of information from Aaron Greenberg and whoever else shows up. But primarily, it's probably going to be an event for fans to experience the console for the first time. So, Jay, give us another question if you got one, bro.
Well, I'm just wondering first if we should expect monster shirts and them sucking down chips at this point.
Oh, gosh. I'm actually hoping that Dead Island will actually finally come out of the ground. Sumo Digital is just wrapping up Crackdown this year, and they're supposed to be working on Dead Island 2. So they showed it at Gamescom in 2014. So they keep telling people on their Twitter feed that it's still alive and going, or still undead, I suppose.
The multiplayer of Crackdown?
No, the Dead Island 2 game.
Oh, dude, Dead Island 2.
Nobody actually cares about that. I don't know. Raise your hand if you actually liked the Dead Island game.
My hand is not. I know you can't see, but my hand is not raised.
All day did the universal sound of throwing up. So.
Nah, you know what? The game's, like I said, anything's fun with friends, but it's not that bad with 4 people. But I mean, it's really buggy. You know, it's just, I don't know.
You know,
I mean,
hey, Graphic God said he loves him some Dead Island. So, I mean, the Graphic God loves it. It's got to be the game of the decade. I mean, that's what I'm learning.
Graphic God. So you and I will play Dead Island 2, you know, in 2057 when it comes out.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Shout out to the Graphic God, by the way.
And just for those wondering, we are gonna have. I'm gonna figure out how to do the moderator shit. I didn't plan on a fucking clan member showing up to the fucking chat. So we will get a moderator. We'll figure out how to do this, and we'll get these little bitches that do this shit out of the chat.
Okay.
You know, the children learn how to.
He's just mad because he's eating dog food, rolled tacos, man.
Yeah.
I get it.
All right, dealers. So I got a question here from Xbox Trigger on Twitter. He wants to know, do you think the One X is going to change the perception of the Xbox brand?
I do. Yeah. You know why? Because the perception is that it's complete garbage and can't run shit at 720p. So obviously this is going to change some of that. What about you guys?
It'll be obvious that the power is there, but they've been going on this drone about no games, but that they've only been able to say no games just this year, guys. The Xbox One's been out for 4 years, and PlayStation 4 got the lead on games starting this spring. You guys agree with me?
They've done a good job here lately.
Yeah.
I would say that at least for developers, it will definitely make a difference. So many devs have come out expressing their excitement and joy with working with the X. So they've turned it around, at least with the devs, and hopefully with the average consumer, they'll see the benefits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. 4 months.
Developers are gonna love it. They're gonna love being able to show their games off at the highest potential. You know, their vision. You know, they want to see it have a lot more room for power, push the game forward a lot more, and a lot of, you know, once you set a trend, you know, people follow. So hopefully this will be a good one.
Yeah,
I'm
hopefully
expecting
60 frames, man. I can't stress that enough.
And I'm expecting big sales when the X launches. You know, we saw how great the S did last year, even though, you know, it only offered the 4K Blu-ray player, really. You know, it just sold awesome for those 2 months, 2 or 3
You know
months.
what? That's a good point, Cole. It did offer just a 4K Blu-ray player and a smaller form factor and a lack of a power brick, and it took, I think, 5 or 6 months out of the year it came out, right?
Yeah, it took until did the Pro and the Slim release at the same time?
I think it took till December or some shit.
Yeah, it did a great job. And everyone said, well, you know, I was kind of in the camp. Everybody already had a PS4, so they went and bought this Xbox One S. But no, those sales were huge. I'm expecting big things. And with 1 out of 5 gamers upgrading to a Pro, I think that ratio is going to be a little higher on the X.
Well,
So,
Yeah.
they've got a little more reason to upgrade on the side, I think. So,
yeah.
I want to piggyback off what All Day said. He said that the developers are going to want to see what their vision and their games put out on these on this console and see the best like representation basically of what they can do. And you know what? He's right, because I see a lot of people that talk badly about, oh, well, you know what? They're not going to do that because, you know, there's more PlayStations out there. So they're just going to put their their game out on that console first and just port it over. They don't care what it looks like on the X. I call bullshit on that. I think there's still developers out there with lots of integrity, and they have a lot of pride in what they do. They want to show that and give that to, you know.
They spend 3 or 4 years making these games, and they're not going to just half-ass it over to the Xbox because there's only 30 to 35 million gamers on that console. That's no slouch for a number.
It's not, but I'm just saying, even if there was a few million less, I think they still care. They do. There are developers out there that still give a damn, guys.
Yeah, I would counter that by saying the Xbox One X is infinitely easier to develop for than the Pro, according to developers. So I think also more of that power is immediately available to developers as well. I don't think they have to wrench the juice out of this hardware as much as they do the Pro, right? Because you've got games like Dirt 4 getting Pro support at the same exact resolution, but with better anti-aliasing.
Oh, is
you
that
know
what
I'm
it
saying?
was?
Yeah, and better and slightly higher resolution shadows. That's unacceptable with double the power. So I'm thinking, since developers are getting 4K 60, 4K 30 in the first day out of some of their ports of the X, it's just that means all that power is just there instantly. They don't have to start 1080p and optimize and get up to 1440 and do it again for 4K. It is instantaneously there. And I don't think the Pro has that going for it because it doesn't have that unifying dev kit. You know, that dev kit, they have the X1, the X1S, and the X1X all in the same dev kit. They push a button and go to each mode. They don't have that on the Pro. It's a separate box.
What is it about
the juice out of it?
What is it about the design that makes the Xbox One X so much easier than the Pro?
Just the bandwidth, the apparently it's got a 1 terabyte solid state hard drive for easy porting, the way faster transfer cable, and just the customization around the existing engines like Unreal, Unity, Frostbite. The silicon is customized around the actual software that's out there right now. So the engines don't have the bottlenecks that they do on existing hardware. And they're the only console right now that has actually customized all the hardware around the software. The only one. And that makes it obviously much faster and easier to get that power out. So that's just my theory. That's what I think is going on. And from what developers are saying, 4K 60 this, 4K 60 that, 4K 30 high. These guys, we're not getting the same resolution so far with just anti-aliasing that's better. Now, if that happens, you know, we'll have to see. But right now, that's not what's happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And for those talking about moderator in the chat, just let me know how to do that. I'm new to this whole having my own podcast thing. So let me know how to do that, maybe in the chat or in a DM on Twitter. And maybe I can set one of you guys up as a moderator. We can get the crack baby out of the chat.
But then again, you know, we try to keep it interesting enough where you don't have to look at one guy saying something. I hope you guys are having fun. If you're having fun, put a little thumbs up in the chat. And actually, we should have closer to 400 thumbs up on the on the like button, but
yeah. If you guys would just finger bang that like button, guys, it takes a second. It really helps out, and it helps to show your support as well. Jay, let us know. We got any other questions? I know we do. I know we got a lot on DMs, but I know there's more on that.
Hey, let me throw in this news too. We didn't talk about this last week because it came out midway through, but you guys saw that they backward compatible the rest of the Halo games on Xbox, which is pretty cool. So what we have all of them. What they added Halo 1, what's it called? Anniversary Edition? Yeah. And then that's pretty cool. So you got
I think you'll see some of those games go into Game Pass as well.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, bro, for sure.
Matthew Qualls wants to know if basically there's going to be VR support and if it's a good use of their resources. I'm not sure how VR works on the X1X, but I would imagine it's easier to do than on any other console, and they should be able to use third-party headsets as well. So I think, like I had said on Xbox Nation months ago, you will not see VR at E3. That actually turned out to be true. They will not focus on VR for year one. It turns out they're not even talking about it a single bit. If anything, they might focus on VR year 2 or year 3. But right now, it's all about power. It's all about showing what the box can do. That's why people are buying the box. VR is kind of like a cherry on top feature, and VR is just not super successful anywhere. So I think they're waiting. I think they're waiting.
Phil Spencer was up front. He said, basically, once you see wireless VR, you'll start hearing about it on Microsoft's end. So, yeah, you're probably right. That VR support is probably ready to go. But once the Xbox team feels comfortable that they're not going to give them, 8 games and a VR headset nobody wants to wear. No, that's kind of the way. I know that was a bash thing for me to say, but a lot of people aren't using the PSVR very much, and the support for Sony isn't really heavy, and the games library isn't really there. So it's an early adoption thing, and people are using it. Some of them like it, but
it's going to take time. I don't think
why not wait till it's great, and then when it's great or it's better, then go ahead and jump on the train and put it on the Xbox One X and check it off on the list, I suppose.
They got to get rid of those wires, and they got to make those head-mounted displays a lot smaller and lighter.
Yeah.
And maybe even multifunction. So right now it's just not the way things are going. But VR in the end, I mean, the ultimate goal is to be in the game. So in 20 years, who knows? And that's the thing. You just never know. They tried it back in the day. People said it never worked today, but it's not working today for the reasons it didn't work then. It's a different reason that it's not entirely destroying the market now. So I think it's good. Jay, give us another question. If anyone wants to partake in the RDX live question, follow me at dealer_gaming. We answer live questions on the air. Jay, what do you got for us?
Yeah, Nick Fernari wants to know, do you think the Xbox Live subscription, like paying the $60 per year, should be done away with? Because he's done some research and he says he's yet to see that money being put to good use.
What? No.
What?
Yeah.
Well, okay,
on PC, they don't have to pay shit.
Yeah, but PS4 is on like their 5th or 6th update, and Xbox has got almost monthly updates, feature updates, additions. And let me just say really quick that I gladly pay that $60 a year. I pay about $47 when I buy a code on a site, or you can just buy a code on Amazon. For that, I would gladly pay that $60 a year because those 4 games you get every month, a little grab bag, I look forward to a good deal of them, and it's like a nice little bonus. And like I say, I don't think of it as a price of admission to play online. It's just part of the whole deal. It's what consoles are, and it's gone all the way to the Nintendo Switch. So
I think that's the key word, though. It's kind of a little treat. Like people say, well, you get all these games for free, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've already owned most of them, and a lot of them are trash, and that's on all platforms. I like that they've included that, the Games with Gold, which only exists because PlayStation Plus did it. And that's the thing about competition is you get those kind of things. So you want each company to do better and do those types of things so the other one does it and does it better. So it's good. Do I think you should have to pay to play online? No, I do not. That's stupid, but that's only because you've never had to do that on any other platform really before consoles, and it's just not. It's probably the least consumer-friendly thing that's happening right now on consoles is being forced to pay to play the other half of the $60 game you already paid for. Now, people say, well, you get this. Well, you understand that you can get all that on PC for free already. Now, Xbox Live is pretty secure, like in terms of getting your credit information hacked or stolen. That just doesn't happen. ever
on
anymore.
Xbox Live. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty damn secure. They use the Azure cloud network and all that, so it's going to get better. And I know they're going to keep adding value. I don't mind paying, but of course, I think they shouldn't be charging people to play online. That's just me, though. But once again, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Shout out to almost 450 of you guys watching us live. Hit that like button. Let us know what you think. And, of course, if you missed any major topics, feel free to check out the video when it re-uploads to the channel. If you got any questions, also comment when it reposts to the channel. That's the best way to get your question replied to or your comment replied to. And we're going to go ahead and head out. Luca, what you got going on?
Hey man, so I have a Speak podcast that's Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on XBlue Rendezvous channel. Come check that out. We got an interesting guest, someone who's actually not in the gaming community. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes. And you can also catch me on Twitter at the Ash and Luca, and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on RDX Podcast. Thanks, bro.
Woo. Colt, what about you?
She went to college. Go ahead, Colt.
I'm playing Deus Ex, a game that a buddy bought for me because I did a logo for him. I'm having a good time. I'm going to do a video here with Fonz if he has some time at the end of the week. He's going to provide a little voiceover work. We're going to do a little PlayStation and Xbox comparison since he's more PlayStation, I'm more Xbox. That way it'll be nice and even. That should be cool. Are you good with that, Fonz, or are you going to bail out on me?
Hey, we'll talk about that after the show.
I'm trying to... doing a live commitment on this guy.
Yeah, he's trying to get me to do it live.
Yep. Yeah. What about you, all day?
Nothing, man. This week, clearing up some backlog, and you guys can find me at allday_digital on Twitter and All Day Digital on Xbox Live.
Clearing up some backlog. Sounds like you're getting rid of some constipation or something.
Yeah, got to get it out. No!
What about you, Fonz?
Of course, you guys can find me here on YouTube at Everything According to Me, or up on Twitter at jfonzarelli, and here on this Fraudcast every Tuesday.
Oh, how dare you!
With the rest of the frauds, 8 p.m. Eastern time, of course. Here, you guys, you're already.
Don't give me any more ammo, Fonz. We've covered this already, man. It's bad. It's hard enough in these streets. So I wanted to say once again, thanks to everybody who checked us out. Share us on Twitter, give us a like, and let us know what you think down below. Subscribe for more stuff. Support everybody on the panel, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Yep. See you later.
Peace.
Bye, guys.